Oh, good start. Hello. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to the Retro Sofa. I hope we're also streaming on Twitch, and I hope that the chat will work. Let's find out. Let's get on the chat. Cool, cool. Good evening, Gaetan. Hello. Hello, Edward. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope we're all having a lovely time. Good. OBS, everyone hear me all right? New microphone. So hopefully that's working too. I think so. I tested it. We're a professional outfit here, obviously. Tested it. But you can hear me drinking. That's interesting. Maybe I need to put a little bit of a noise gate filter on here. Michael, greetings to the US. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Okay, right. I think I've put a noise gate on, so I think. Yeah, me swallowing is no longer triggering, showing up on the audio meter. So that's good. All right. Good. Hello, video games. So this is called, according to according to my wife, this is called a try-on haul in the makeup community on YouTube, where you try on your new makeup live on a live stream. Obviously, I don't have any new makeup to show off. I've still got the nails from the Game Boy Micro, so at least that. No, I'm trying video games. I'm trying on video games. Try on haul for video games. Also, I've just realised when I put this stream up, live stream is 2 words, isn't it? Fix that. Professional outfit. There you go. Like it. Popeye. Popeye is the first game I want to try. So I bought a bunch of these games off Facebook. I got a reasonably good deal on them, and thought they arrived today, and I thought it would be to check them out. They are all European versions, all like this. The cute little boxes have manuals. Well, we have Anleitung for them, so I hope we won't need those, but it's there if we need it. Popeye's, we're going to go through them in sort of release order. Watch your video this afternoon. You may go off. My wife hates video games as well. Really love her book videos. Oh, cool! Check it out. There's she's Spinster's Library on YouTube. It does videos about classic literature, and I do videos about classic video games. We occasionally get to do a crossover, which is always fun. Although I haven't been on her channel for a little while. Started mine. So I'll rectify that at some point. Really, pop this in the NES. Gonna work first time. No. Of course not. Isn't it? Cartridge has to be just the right amount. There we go. Is Popeye the Sailor Man? Your noise gate is a bit snappy. So, what does snappy mean in this context? I did disable the noise gate at some attack. Do you know enough to tell me if the attack time or the release time or the hold time changed? Do with them? I'll turn it off because I agree, bad sound is annoying and bad noise gating is annoying. So unless someone tells me how to do it, I won't just turn it on randomly on the stream. Popeye, now you're the king of spinach in a battle for Olive's love. Are you ready to climb ladders, jump landings, eat spinach and punch out Brutus, Sea Hag and the Flying Bernard? Because that's what it takes to win Olive Oil's hand in marriage. She likes violence, doesn't she? Olive Oil. So this was originally, I think, Miyamoto wanted to use Popeye for Donkey Kong, and then the deal fell through, so he had to invent his own character. Shame. I don't know who it was he invented. I don't think anyone's obscure carpenter or something. So, I've never played this. That's spinach over there. I want that, don't I? Okay. Do I have to punch this guy? Does anyone know how to play this? I think maybe I ate the spinach too early. I can't punch him. Hey, it's the Donkey Kong noise, kind of. So this is almost like, I guess, a Donkey Kong sequel, but with Brutus instead of Donkey Kong. I'm getting the hearts, that's good, right? That's nice that the game indicates that you can go through these parts. Don't punch this. Okay, I'm dead. Alright. I don't know how to play Popeye. Imagine if Nintendo had got the Popeye license. How different that would be. Hooray! Still can't punch him though. No idea how to play Popeye, but it definitely reminds me of Donkey Kong as well. Yeah, this is... let's try the spinach. This is more Donkey Kong than Donkey Kong 3, certainly. I don't know if you ever played Donkey Kong 3. Hey, got him. Where you're Stanley using a bug spray for some reason. Oh, I see. We're filling up the hearts on the top left when I collect these. So I guess the way to beat the level is to collect enough hearts. That's what Olive Oil likes, really. She likes us collecting her hearts. She doesn't like violence. Aww. Evening, Gary. Hope you're doing well. Oh, different level. And we're collecting music notes now. Nope, just the original Atari 2600. Okay. What, the original Donkey Kong on Atari 2600? That was a version. That was rough. I played that recently. I went through pretty much all the versions of Donkey Kong for the Nintendo in Europe video. Because you talk about the history of Nintendo, you have to at least a little bit cover the history of Donkey Kong. And especially in Europe, we were very big on our home computer ports and stuff. So I did try them all out. And the Atari 2600 was not my favourite. There's variety in these levels, isn't there? Like, who's that guy up there with the balloon? And what's his deal? Alright. Oh, do I die when I don't collect all of the music notes? That's a bit harsh. video about Nintendo in Europe was amazing. Thank you. I worked really hard on it, and very few people have seen it, I feel like. So I was really grateful when people say they appreciate it. Speaking of Atari 2600, do check out these graphics in Popeye, because this is some retro graphics going on right here. Definitely some pixels. Oh, what? Came out of nowhere. Ah, game over. Alright. Game B, what is that? It's probably the same but harder, isn't it? Popeye is, I suppose, more a collector's piece, isn't it, this one? But this is the reason I kind of went for that seller, because... Oh, there's skulls now, I see. Because he was offering this for 40 euros, and I thought, that's a bit good. Oh, was Popeye on the 2600? I don't know. I don't know much. 1982. Yeah, I know. It's one of the worst looking games on the NES I've seen as well. But Donkey Kong looked better, and Donkey Kong was older than this, wasn't it? Oh, getting distracted. Enjoy hearing about the differences in the European versions of the games. Predominantly, they are slower. Is the main difference with this, I think. I don't think there's any difference, any differences really for the games that we're looking at. Yeah, so I just wasted this, really. What's the point in the punch then, if I can just walk into him? Can I punch the skulls? Yes, I can punch the skulls. Popeye the Skull Puncher. Was that in the cartoons? I don't really know. Poor old Pal, indeed. I think, like, Pal was a perfectly fine standard, and really, there's not a great deal of difference between 50 frames per second and 60. Not really, let's be honest. And PAL had, I think, better colours, and it definitely had more lines. So there were advantages. I think, you know, it's just a shame we didn't all use the same thing, because the main problem with PAL was that games weren't made for it. I remember a few games on the 2600, if only E.T. hadn't been created. I think by the time E.T. came out, and do correct me if I'm wrong, the Atari 2600 had a while. It had its chance, you know? While we're between games, because I've had enough of Popeye, I want to remind you that there is a donation link in the YouTube to Trans Lifeline. And if you are able to and willing to, please do drop them a few dollars or whatever currency you happen to have to hand, because I think they could do with it. Right, enough of Popeye. Although, do I try and read the manual and try and get good at it? I don't think so. I don't think there's much point in this, to be honest. So wird gespielt. Popeye muss die Sachen aufheben, die Olivia fallen lässt, aber zur gleichen Zeit auch den Angriffen von Brutus, die Seehexe und von Bernhard ausweichen. So that's how that works. It's because of the Nintendo in Europe video that I'm still buying these, because I love these boxes. I think they're really sweet. And it's a slightly ridiculous reason to spend hundreds of euros on NES games, but there are sillier things to spend your money on. And actually, as far as a collection go, as far as collections go, I feel like video game collecting is actually not that bad. You can certainly spend a lot of money on a lot of other things. Another early NES game. We're going through them in time order. This one is as old as me. This game was also born in 1984. Clu Clu Land. Clu Clu Land. Clu Clu Land. Clu Clu Land. So, I've heard a lot about this, and I don't know anything about the actual game itself, so this will be fun to try out. I like the old Nintendo seal of quality that's on this one. It's not on Popeye. Popeye must not be a quality game. This one's got the seal. This one says, "This seal is your assurance that Nintendo has approved the quality of this product." So, they've approved Clu Clu Land. They didn't bother with Popeye. That's not in bad condition, is it? Box is pretty decent as well. I just picked up Dr. Mario yesterday. Puzzle games age better than others. I think you're right. I think that's true. But I'm not... Oh, the manual's not folded correctly. Is the thing with that. So let's... That's been folded inwards or something. There you go. I think it goes like that. There we go. Clu Clu Land Anleitung. Back in the days when Nintendo did this, you've seen my Nintendo for Europe video, Nintendo in Europe video, you know about it. Every country in Europe got the same box, and they got the same box in English. So this says, "Are you clever enough to unravel the mystery of Clu Clu Land?" So the boxes were all in English, and they just slipped in the relevant instructions for whichever country it was going to. But they were all printed in Japan still. The German instructions and French instructions and what have you. No, not the French one. They had different printings. But yeah, they were all printed in Japan. And that worked first time. Except with the exception of the French instructions for Switzerland. Because Switzerland was in the same region as Germany and got the games from France with the German instructions, and then the distributor in Switzerland printed their own French instructions. So Swiss French instructions for NES games of this era, very rare. I don't have any. Okay, I've seen this before. Why? I have seen this before. I don't think I've played it. It's a puzzle game, so I probably do need to look this up, don't I? I used to really enjoy Dr. Mario when I was younger, but I've kind of gone off it more recently. Okay. So wird's gespielt. Wenn Bläschchen über einen Goldbarren läuft, den der Seeigel versteckt hat, kann man ihn auf dem Bildschirm sehen. Versuch alle Goldbarren in der vorgegebenen Zeit zu finden. Die restliche Zeit und die restlichen Goldbarren sind oben im Bild angezeigt. Sobald du alle gefunden hast, verschwindet das Bild. The screen changes when you pick up all the gold bars. Right? Okay. Hope someone out there has played Clu Clu Land. Really looks like Zelda. It does, actually. Oh, this music's really jolly as well. Oh, okay. The controls in this are really weird. Okay, so don't go in the hole in the middle either. Is this like a two-player simultaneous thing, though? I have no idea what I'm doing. My phone just buzzed. Is it important? No. It's UPS. Oh, it's just the controls are really odd. How did this game happen? Who invented this? Is this another bit of Miyamoto's, like, weirdness? I'm getting it, I think. At least the controls. Okay. Didn't find all of the things. I've never played Clu Clu either. The audio is so reminiscent of early NES games. It is, isn't it? It's got a really nice vibe. I just wish I knew what was going on. I see. So there's a pattern to this, isn't there? And we've got to find all of the... Okay. Game over, sure, but I'm starting to understand, I think. I can still pause in the results screen, that's not ideal. Come on. Let me try again. What's two-player do? Is that simultaneous two-player? It is! That's really cool. I don't have the second controller plugged in. But that's really cool. The NES had a lot more simultaneous multiplayer games, I think, than I realised. Like, way more than the SNES. I feel like playing SNES was a lonelier endeavour. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no! Oh no, oh! You can only sort of swing around these... Oh. You can only, like, swing around these dots, and it's really difficult to control. There's a knack to it. It's one of those games that's got a knack. It's not intuitive to me because I would expect, and it probably looks to you, like you have to, you press left or right and he puts his arm out. No. If you want to move down, you have to press down, and then he will swing around the next dot he comes to that makes you go down. Which is as silly as it sounds. I think this would be much easier to control if it was just left and right, because I obviously didn't intend to go there. Oh, oh. No, I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at this. I think I'm seeing the pattern. Oh no. Okay, so that's no good. Am I going this way? How do I stop going this way? Go this way. Oh, we're out of time. Okay. Cool. Actually, I'm kind of digging this. I wish it controlled better. I wish it had the controls that I think make sense. Because I don't think... Because the ideal with simultaneous two-player games is that I want to be able to have a buddy over and just hand him the controller and say, off you go, let's play some game. Which I did. When I was playing when I was doing my last NES haul video when I got Double Dragon. Buddy came around while I was playing Double Dragon. I just handed him the controller and we just played some Double Dragon while we were like chatting and drinking beer and stuff, and that was really nice and easy. The controls stop this from being that, otherwise it would be. Because I think that just left and right to swing around the things would be more intuitive, no? So the game is lovely. It's charming. Now I kind of vaguely understand what I'm supposed to be doing. It's fun. Except the controls. Except you can't control the damn thing. Why would they make such a lovely little game and give it such awful controls? I really want to finish this heart. I want to finish a level. Hey! Epilepsy warning. Let's go. This is really good. Apart from the controls. Ooh, we're moving faster now. Have I explained the controls? Do you sort of understand the problem I'm having with this? Oh, that's cruel. Come on, Clu Clu Land. Why would you do that? I didn't see where I spawned. Clu Clu Land's really good, apart from the buttons. There's nothing. It's not intuitive. It's not good. I want left to put arm out left, and I want right to put arm out right, and then he'll swing around the next dot that he comes to. Because you see in the graphics he's putting his arm out. But if I'm going down, and I want to send him off to the right, I've got to press right. And now to send him down, even in his right arm, I'm going to press down. That was left. That makes no sense at all. Now, it's really weird, but I can still keep holding the button to sort of swing around like this. And I'm relying on that an awful lot to send me off in the right direction, just because I keep otherwise going in directions I'm not expecting. But at least with that, I can sort of hold a button until I'm pointing where I want to go and then let go. So at least there's that, but I'm relying on that a little bit too much. See, I wanted to turn there and I didn't, because I just pressed in the wrong direction. I kind of know why. It's because I need to stop looking at his arms. I need to think of this like Pac-Man, don't I? Because this was made in the world of Pac-Man and maze games. It's Pac-Man, but you've got to press the button 2 dots earlier. That's maybe the way to think about it. Still not good at it. No. See, that was too late again. Don't go in the hole. Oh, this is such a shame. Because it's so good. It's properly good. It's a really fun video game. That's a real shame that you can't control where you're going. Or, okay, I can't. To be fair. I guess all of the Clu Clu Land experts watching this are like, come on, Bill, what are you doing? It's easy, anyone can play Clu Clu Land. This has got that one more go factor. I'm sorry if the stream stops being interesting now, but I'm playing Clu Clu Land. The random spawning is strange too. Yeah, I don't understand why different levels spawn you in sort of different spots. I really want to be good at this and I'm just not, and I don't think it's my fault. Clu Clu Land, interesting fact, had a release for the Sharp Zorus line of PDAs. which were Linux-based PDAs made in Japan and quite popular in Japan. And I had one for a while. I used to go war driving with it, because that's what I did when we were at university, because that's the sort of people we were, sort of nerds with flexible ethics. Now, we used to see whose networks we could get into, and then like try and print out stuff to their printer or whatever to tell them their network was insecure and how to fix it. But I don't, being the age I am now, I'm not sure they appreciated that. It's weird, you're a teenager, you think that's helpful. But I think just making people's printers whir when they're not expecting it to is not a good way to ingratiate yourself with folks, so I do regret that now. But that's what we used to do back in the day. And the Sharpsaurus, for some reason, had a version of Clu Clu Land. Don't know. Balloon Fight as well also came to the Sharpsaurus line in Japan. But I don't know, like, it's weird, the things you get up to when you're young that you look back on and you think, actually, it's just kind of unpleasant, weren't we? Let's go... those portals being traps are also not super fun. I just went straight into the guy. My favourite thing I did with my Sharpsaurus was when I stayed over at my friend Puka's house, Puka's flat, and he still runs, the best website on the internet about Super Frog. Remember Super Frog? Of course you do. Super Frog's great. Darn it. So, if you will go to the best Super Frog website on the internet, I've forgotten what it's called, hooray! You'll find my drawing of Super Frog that I did on a Sharpsaurus PDA while I was staying on his floor. I'm going to Google it so I can tell you the website. Puka, if you're there, advertise your website. And that's to you, I'll find the Super Frog website. I'm not just going to type in Super Frog website, everything's a website. Sure, if you want to know more about Super Frog, super-frog.co.uk, is it still up? Nope, it's down. Alright. Aha, it's archived at Dream 17. Wait, it's no longer archived at Dream 17. It is archived at Dream 17. I'm going to link to this in the chat. There you go. Go learn about Super Frog. Super Frog's great. It's a platform game. No, it's a platform game. No, that's nothing like Frogger, that was made by Team 17, who were responsible for Worms and a bunch of other great games. mostly in the 90s. And Super Frog was back in the days of when mascot platformers roamed the earth, and everyone needed their mascot platformer. And Super Frog was like Team 17's mascot platformer for the Amiga and PC. And as you know, as far as 90s mascot platformers go, at least, actually a really good game. I really dig Super Frog. And it's fairly recently had a re-release, but I don't know if that's good. I only played the original. I did something there, didn't I? I'm starting to get the hang of this a bit, but I'm still thinking about the controls a lot, you know what I mean? In a game that's got better controls than this, you're not thinking about the controls, you're just doing what you want to do. And you're not really thinking about it, you're thinking about how to play the game, and I'm not thinking about how to play the game, I'm thinking about how to control the game. And that's not quite as much fun. But it is still really good. It's a really nice twist on the maze games that were so popular. It's cool that Dream 17's archived that Super Frog website, but I hope he gets the original domain back online at some point. It's much easier to tell people super-frog.co.uk than dream17.abbeyminute.net/sfrog. That's enough Clu Clu Land. I did enjoy it though. I would definitely play more Clu Clu Land, but I would much prefer it if I could get a version with updated controls. The other reason that I like these European boxes that are small and sweet is that they use the Japanese box art on them, because there we go. This is Nintendo Company Limited doing these, so they have the same box art as Japan, rather than the big pixely big pixel art ones that you got in the US and the UK. Show you the difference. Got one here, got thing here, hang on, got thing here. Trying very carefully to get a game and not pull down all my shelves. Yeah. No, I am going to get the thing. Yay! I am still here. Do not be afraid. I'm not on the screen, but you can hear me. I am a ghost. Hello. This was entirely pointless, because you can see this in my Nintendo in Europe video. Super Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brothers. Come on, which one's better? Mario, big pixely Mario falling into his lava demise, or nice cartoony Mario having a lovely time? Come on. The US and the UK, I think, missed out by not having this, because I think it's really sweet. Do you have what it takes to save the Mushroom Princess? You'll have to think fast and move even faster to complete this quest. Yeah, you do. Not playing Super Mario Brothers now, though. You've all seen Super Mario Brothers. I am playing Kid Icarus, because I haven't played it yet. I've played, my only experience with Kid Icarus is with this thing, Nintendo World Championships. And that also is just really nice art, isn't it? You know? Nice cartoony 80s picture of Kid Icarus. Again, cartridge in good condition. Grey box on this one, and Metroid. And Rad Racer, for some reason. I think this manual is missing a page. I think, can it be? Because that just looks like, it looks like there should be a cover there, but there isn't. You know what I mean? That's unfortunate, but never mind. I didn't pay as much for this one. I think it's still reasonable. Die Geschichte des Kid Icarus. That's so cool. We got colour manuals in 1987, look. That's really cool. Wir müssen in die Zeit zurückgehen, in der Götter und ihre Untertanen miteinander in Harmonie lebten. Da gab es einst ein Königreich mit dem Namen Engelland. Okay, Angel Land, I guess. Alright. My German extends to doing my job and talking to my wife's parents. And that's very much the same vocabulary because I work in IT and my wife's parents are very good at breaking their phones. Yeah, right? It's nicer artwork than the US versions. And the UK versions. The UK also got the same art as the US. Thanks, Mattel. Appreciate you. Yes, reminder about Trans Lifeline. This stream is not monetized. I don't think you can do super chats and things like that. There are no ads. I've done that deliberately because at the end of the stream, I'm going to chuck some money at Trans Lifeline. I want them to profit from this stream, not YouTube and not me. Kid Icarus. Let's see if this one works first time. No! Means I have to actually get up and fiddle with this a little bit. Come on. Oh, that's classic, isn't it? Time. Oh, this is gorgeous, isn't it? I guess this has a password system. It looks very Metroid so far, this intro. Same sort of time, wasn't it? This music is slower because I'm used to play. I've played this level on Nintendo World Championships NES edition, and the music was definitely faster than this. Also, it was weird in Kid Icarus how the velocity sort of pseudo affected where he was shooting. Like if you were jumping up, your shots went up. Like, does that make sense physics-wise? Kinda. Like a little bit, maybe? I don't know. But Nintendo did not know how to optimize their games for PAL back then. Can I collect this? So we got slower running games with slower music. And that includes this. Oh, I want to go that other way, don't I? Oh, I can't now. Wrong way. Well, let's just deal with it. I haven't played this game before, but I've played Nintendo World Championship, so I know this level. And if you've played... Oh yeah, this thing. When he sees you, he goes, bonkers malonkers. And the music gives you a sense of dread and regret. Oh, I should have broken that one last, I guess. Hey, anyone play the Kid Icarus game on the 3DS? Because I had that. The sort of they made it into a like flying shooter. That was great fun. Bit uncomfortable, I remember. It had to, because although it supported the circle pad, unless you had one, you had to use the touch screen to aim, and it was really uncomfortable. And Nintendo's workaround was to include like a little stand you could put the 3DS on, which I remember playing on a plane. This is, you know, on the little pull down tables, and it was just a really uncomfortable experience, but a great game. In this one, you've got to rescue Palutena, but in the 3DS Kid Icarus game, Kid Icarus Uprising, remember the name of now, she was very much involved. It was very cool. I played Kid Icarus on the NES. It's just too difficult for me. Yeah, I might well find that. Do I want to be in here with these monsters? Do I want to kill these monsters? Like, what's the deal? I think I want to be in here, right? Alright, we did it. These blocks look very familiar. The bricks. Alright, well, we did that, whatever that was. I guess making a Kid Icarus platformer today wouldn't work. I think they had to change the genre. What do you say? Try buying from me. Well, I have 183 hearts, and those things seem to cost a lot more than that. So I don't think I do get to try buying from you. Looks like from Zelda. Yeah, it does. This released at the same time as... the same sort of time, I think. Oops. As Metroid and Zelda. I'm finished. That's cool. Sacred words, and then there's a password. Alright. Then you can continue. Alright. And I feel like Nintendo definitely had a vibe around, specifically around 1987. And that's how Zelda, Metroid and Kid Icarus happened, and ended up having an awful lot in common. Different developers though, right? Because Metroid was Nintendo's R&D one. Zelda was Miyamoto, his team. I can't remember what they were called. Don't know who made Kid Icarus. I know Nintendo, obviously, but who at Nintendo made Kid Icarus? It is tricky. You get a lot less What do you say? I don't have any money. It's not as easy to control as Super Mario Bros. You don't get as much jump control. It's very much pick a direction and commit to it. Do I want to go in that door? I do now. Okay. So you get a lot of hearts in this room when you fight these guys, but here's otherwise, which obviously hearts that you need as currency. This and Castlevania were the games that said, we're going to have hearts, but we're not going to have them have anything to do with your health. Which sure was a choice they made. In fact, in both games, or in both series, aren't hearts the currency, effectively? If you didn't see anything, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yay. Okay, he does damage you. It is a tricky game. It's quite good, though. This sort of got to, I guess, sort of cult classic sort of level. But it wasn't, I don't think anyone really, I don't know, I don't remember people really talking about Kid Icarus until after he was in Smash Brothers. Right? And then people were like, who's this Pit guy? I don't know if I even heard of Kid Icarus before Smash Brothers. I must have done. I was around at the time. It's not a game I had in my youth, though. I think I would have enjoyed it if I did. Or maybe it would have been a little bit hard for me, actually. I remember, I've gone into this guy again by mistake. I remember when I was a kid and we used to play on exactly this NES behind me at my nan's house every Sunday with all you know, siblings and cousins and everyone, and you know, we're all about the same ages and stuff. And we all played a lot on Nintendo. And I remember I was playing Super Mario Brothers and talking to my nan about it while I was playing it. And I eventually, after a lot of trials and tribulations, I eventually made it to level 1-4 to the castle. That's how young I was. It was an awful lot of effort for me to get to 1-4 back in the day, and I remember dying on it pretty early. But like, wow, there's a castle, you know. And I told Nan I got to 1-4, and she told me, well, your cousin Dan's found a way to skip it, and he goes straight to World 2, and there's a swimming level. I was like, there's a swimming level?! I was amazed, I was. Because kids are idiots. Oh, I wanted to see what's in that door. It is unforgiving. Is Kid Icarus, but I feel like if I was kind of taking my time a bit more and moving a bit more sort of carefully, not taking as many hits and stuff, I think I'd be alright, you know. Because although it is tricky, I do feel like it's my fault when I die, you know what I mean? It's not unfair, it's not unapproachable in any way, it's just tricky. And this music's great. Yeah, see, like then I really should have been paying more attention. Didn't want to go in here. My first memories of SMB were in the arcade. Really? So you... Ah! The Versus system, right? Because that was a really big deal in the US. The Versus system sort of paved the way for Nintendo in the home. Was that it? Was it the Versus system or was it the Play Choice 10? Because you had the Play Choice 10 as well, didn't you? Please stop. No, the UK didn't have as much of an arcade culture as the US. We mostly had home computers. That was the big thing. Whoops. And some of us had consoles, but we didn't really have arcades. We would have like 1 or 2 arcade machines in a cinema. Now I like Super Mario All-Stars because of the save feature. Time is more difficult to find now. Yeah, it is. You're right. Start a YouTube channel! You can justify it then. Yes, the Versus system. Cool. But the Versus system, again, that was Nintendo in the 80s being sort of all in on simultaneous multiplayer in a way that they really weren't ever again until, you know, this. And I really missed that about Nintendo during the SNES, Nintendo 64, GameCube years. Because the NES, despite its limitations, had a lot more simultaneous multiplayer than other later Nintendo consoles, I feel like. It was the only game I played in the arcade after getting my first NES in about 1989. I can't remember when I got my NES. When I got my NES, I think, shortly after the release of Super Mario Bros. 3. It's really difficult to avoid this door. Super Mario Bros. 3 in Europe would have been 1990, I'm guessing. Possibly 1991. I didn't have my NES very long, I don't think, before I got the Super Nintendo. I was definitely more of a... I'm not going in that door. I was definitely more of a Super Nintendo kid than a NES kid. That was always my console. But more recently, I've been a lot more into the NES. I don't know why. But I've been rediscovering it in a big way. I guess because there are all these great games on the NES that really pushed the 8-bit hardware and what you could do with it. Particularly stuff like Super Metroid and the Mega Man series and stuff like that I never got to experience because I was just a little bit too late for it. I was a little bit too young, really. And I've been really enjoying not just sort of playing all the old NES and SNES games that I've got some nostalgia for, but discovering all the ones that I didn't play back in the day as well. Such as Kid Icarus. That music is so cursed. Pink door? Big pink door? Glad you came, Kit. Here, take this. Oh well. What does that do and why is everything green? Oh, more powerful arrows, cool. Getting upgraded here. The NES is so much simpler to learn after not playing games in 20 plus years, yeah. I imagine so, but I never stopped playing. That's the thing. And I don't know what it is that's drawn me back to the NES. I remember I went to a couple of different primary schools when I was a kid, and one of the ones, obviously, and after I got an interview with the head teacher before going to one of them, that was kind of not really a private school, I guess. I don't really know what it was. It was specifically a special needs focused independent school, I think. And we had interviews with the head before you got to go there. And I remember she asked me which I prefer, the Nintendo or the Super Nintendo. And I said definitely Super Nintendo, the games are way better and stuff. And she said she didn't like the Super Nintendo because she thought it had too many buttons. She found the Nintendo simpler. Wonder how she's doing now with the number of buttons on the Switch controller and on Xbox controllers, things like that. Kid Icarus is hard, isn't it? And I think it deserves a little bit more time, and I think it deserves actually trying to get good at it. I don't think I want to do that right now. I think I want to continue trying my games. I've got one more left to try. So, first impressions of Kid Icarus are it's good, it's hard. I don't understand how the shop works and how I'm supposed to get hearts for the shop. It feels like that would have made more sense in an open worldy sort of game where I can go back through the levels and go back to the shop and stuff like that, but it's not, it's just levels. So I don't know. Maybe if I read the manual or learn German, then read the manual. Understand a bit more of what I'm doing in it. I'll put the Clu Clu Land manual back away. Yeah, I need to do that. We always put our toys away on the retro sofa. The great thing about having a retro YouTube channel, though, Michael, is that I do have time to play all of these games now, because I can absolutely justify spending all of my free time on it, because it's a creative endeavour. That's why I left behind when the Nintendo 64 came out. The controllers were much more complex. What's wrong with it? Fine. You've got your 3 prongs. That's for your 3 axes. Right? You twist those. I don't know. Smells like burning. Hope my NES is okay. Yeah, this is in... Kid Icarus is in slightly poorer condition than the others, I feel like. There were photos on the listing, so I'm not surprised by this. But not really knowing German, I didn't realise that the first part of the manual was missing. My 12-year-old teaches me how to play the Switch now and I return the favour on NES and SNES. That's really sweet. I don't have kids, and but the one thing that I feel I'm missing out on is that experience to some degree. But I'm really lucky that my mind just didn't work in 3D. No. Really lucky that my sister has kids, and I've been playing an awful lot of games with my nephew. He came over in the summer to visit me in Germany for the first time ever. He was 7 years old then. He's 8 now. And when he arrived, I had like a stack of retro games for all different systems for him to try out, and we went through most of them. Introduced him to Bomberman for the first time, and he really loved playing Bomberman. His granddad wasn't good at it, but we had a good time. Getting into some modern games is really chore because of the complex controls sometimes, and I don't learn as fast, nor can I play as much to keep muscle memory. That's also a thing that I think makes these games really good to play with kids. They're obviously harder, but in terms of grokking it, you know, understanding the way to play it, how you do it, is a lot more straightforward because of the simplified controls, the simpler controls. And it means that, you know, kids are patient, kids are persistent in ways that you and I aren't, right? I remember this when I was a kid. I had much more time to put into games and to figure them out, you know, as long as it was simple to start. If it was too complicated for me to get started, then obviously I wasn't interested. But, you know, I never got into like Elite, although we had it, and things like that, because they were too, although they were simple controls wise, they might be too complex for me. But like Super Mario Brothers and stuff like that, a game could be challenging, but as long as it's simple and intuitive to control, great. I'll take as much time as it needs to get good at it. You know, as a child I did anyway. Don't have so much time now as an adult with a job. But it is great to be able to share the games with the next generation, certainly. And I bet your 12-year-old gets the games that you show to them better than you grokking the 3D ones that they show to you, I assume. My daughter is 7. I'm quite surprised she manages around Minecraft. Right! Right, I get it. Like, my nephew's into Minecraft as well. And like, I don't know what he's doing. He's introduced me to it and he's walked me through it. He's shown me his house, a couple of them, and all the various things he's built, and all, you know, all these animals he's got in there and stuff. And I'm like, that's cool. I understand that you have created this, that this is a creative endeavor, that it's really good work. That it's clear that he's spent an awful lot of time on it, cares about it deeply, and what he's done in it is really cool. But beyond that, I just don't know. Favorite genre? God knows. Oh, my viewers are going down because I'm just talking. Should I just be playing video games? Is that how this works? I don't really know how to stream. I know how to make YouTube videos. I feel like I'm pretty good at that now, but I don't really know how to stream. Favorite genre? Metroidvania, probably. Like, since I did the video on the original NES Metroid, I've pretty much just been playing it over and over again. And if I'm not playing original NES Metroid, I'm playing Super Metroid. It's where I am at the moment. I've got the new Zelda game to finish. I've got Tunic. Mario and Luigi's coming soon. But I'm not playing any of those. I'm playing original Metroid for the NES over and over again. That's what's happening. SimCity was another game that I was aware of when I was a kid, but didn't get into. I wanted to borrow Super Mario Kart from someone the first time. Actually, when I was getting into that primary school that I was talking about earlier, the head teacher's son had Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo, and I said, "Oh, can I borrow it from your son, whom I had not yet met?" And the head teacher said, "Yeah, sure," but sort of half listening, she handed me SimCity, which I took home and had a go at, but didn't get. So that was my experience with SimCity. So much more. She kicks my butt when it comes to the new games. Yeah, I'll bet. But you're on more of an even keel when you're playing the retro stuff, I imagine. I think Minecraft probably is better than SimCity, but very little experience with either. Let's be honest. But no, definitely at the moment I'm into the Metroidvania big time. Largely because of Metroid. How great it is. Metroidvania is a really weird name because most Castlevania games aren't Metroidvanias, I think. All the classic ones, anyway. Cobra Triangle! Speed and skill are all that can save you, says there. From the snack, I guess. So get ready for the full throttle thrill of Cobra Triangle. So what I'm getting from this is that I'm a boat, and that's a dragon, and I've got to ride the boat away from the dragon. Am I about right? You're in the hot seat and it's full speed ahead into the river of danger. Cobra Triangle, the challenge. Logs jam the river, whirlpools spin madly, you're under enemy fire and it's a race against time, and this is just the start. They really went all in, didn't they, on the blurb on the back of games back then? Because this is the advertising that we had. You know, we ended up with so many like weird and wonderful games when we were kids that weren't good. They just had good boxes. So weird. Hi Jeff, thanks for listening. This is interesting to me because I noticed on the back in very small print that I'm not even going to show on the camera, copyright 1998 Rare Limited. And I'm a fan of Rare, or was, before they went over to Microsoft. So I do like checking out a little bit of their history occasionally. It's also why I own Slalom, which is up there somewhere. I thought it might be behind me so I could show you, but it's not. It's up there somewhere. That's nice looking, both the box and the game itself. Yeah, right, you'd have bought this game if you'd seen it in the shops. We'll find out in a bit if it's good. There's a cartridge. I never got into Metroid. The map just confuses me. Castlevania I still play. I have Castlevania 4 for SNES. Nice! I'd like Castlevania 4 for SNES. I'd like to try that. I've ordered Castlevania for the NES because these happened because I've been on the Facebook groups. I discovered like retro game trading Facebook groups in Germany, and that's where this slot came from. And I saw another post on there that had Castlevania, so I think Castlevania is going to arrive in the post at some point as well, and I will give it a try because I've not really played Castlevania. I've done a bit of the Game Boy Advance ones, and I've played a bit of Symphony of the Night, which is weird if I tell you my favourite genre is Metroidvania, but I haven't finished Symphony of the Night. It's been on my to-do list for a very, very long time, but because it's PlayStation, and it's PlayStation I never got into, really. It was never my console. I had one for DDR, and that was it back in the day. For Metroid, though, it is worth getting into, and even without a map, the original Metroid, the first one, is actually a pretty short game. You can play it and you will get lost and stuff, but I finished it my first time in 5 hours, I think. Without a map, without any idea where I was going or what I was doing, and a good hour of that was being stuck in a pit. Don't fall in the pit. Or if you do fall in the pit, restart. I just had to turn my TV back on because it's a CRT TV. And they switch off after a while if you leave them alone. So I've been talking too much. Cobra Triangle. Let's see if this one works first time, eh? Nope. Yep. There it is. Copyright 1988, Rare Limited. I'm aware very much of Rare's history as Ultimate Play the Game. Ooh, that is some title art, isn't it? And Tim and Chris Stamper founding Ultimate Play the Game and then it becoming Rare. And the first game they released for Nintendo was Slalom. They were the first... I think they were the first non-Nintendo developer to develop a game for the Versus system. And that was Versus Slalom, which later came to the NES as Slalom. And they did it as Rare Coin It Limited. But by the time this came out a year later, 2 years later? 2 years later, I think, they were just called Rare. So that's interesting to me. Never played this, no idea how you play it. Let's go! What? Stage 1, race to the finish. Okay, B is go, A is shoot. Alright, let's go. Yeah, correct. One up. Sorry, am I supposed to be racing? I think any race, right? You know, your Formula 1 driver, what have you. I think if you're racing and you see a pickup on the ground that literally gives you an extra life, I think you still swing the car around and grab it. You think Lewis Hamilton doesn't want to live again? Ooh, select button is turbo. This is a cutscene. Okay, I got some points. Then if I've got that, why was I all right. Stage 2, dispose of mines. By shooting them? By touching them? Oh, this guy's trying to stop me. I've got a mine. I've got a mine. Ah, he's taking it back. I presume that's where I've got to dispose of it. No! What is this game? I have not played anything like this before. This is really cool. It starts out like it's a race thing, but you've got a gun. And then you've got to do this like cool little challenge where this boat's trying to stop you. This other boat's trying to stop you disposing of these mines. This is really cool. I can imagine this being good in multiplayer. This game doesn't have multiplayer because the NES, although it had an awful lot of local multiplayer, it was not good at split screen. Didn't have the power for that, so this wouldn't have worked multiplayer on the NES. Collect pods. Right? That's very clear about what you've got to do. Oh, do I need all the pods? Got the one up. Mr. Pod. And see there's a wave behind me that I guess will kill me if it catches up, so let's not let that happen. Don't know what that question mark is. I suppose that's the point of a question mark. This music's great. Alright, I guess I did it. Alright. Yeah, this game does look really nice. I think I saw that video where you fell into the pit. Yes. Stage 4, guard the people. Alright. Oh, I've lost a people. How many people do I need to save? Are people like lemmings? Does it matter? If I've got one person, do I win? I've got one person. Please don't... No, wait, I need him. I need him. He's my one remaining person. No! By the way, donate to Trans Lifeline. I just remembered. Should have said that earlier. Saying that between games. I can say it during. Get... No. No men left? There were no men left. My boat exploded. No! Oh, this is definitely a difficulty spike. I was doing alright till we got here. Alright, play it like Defender, just stay still. The graphics do look great for a NES game, certainly. I wasn't sure about Cobra Triangle. Cobra Triangle was on the listing, and it was like, sure, why not Cobra Triangle? It's in a small box. It's actually good. No! No man left behind! Except maybe that one. Oh, this level's going on really long. And I've exploded. Oh, it's okay, I'm back. It's alright, I'm here, men. They're all men. Hey! They are like lemmings. As long as there's one left, then the civilization won't die out. Fry the monster. Whoa! That's cool. It's the monster from the box, you guys! It's the monster from the box! It's kicking my ass. I'm not sure what the strategy is here. Obviously. Game over. It's the monster from the box! Hope I pressed continue. Come on, I want to fry the monster. How's the NES looking on stream, by the way? I don't know. I haven't really paid much attention to that. Maybe this is it. You shoot it a few times, and then you just got to move a little bit, and then it can't hit you. Then move a little bit. Because if you move too much, you crash into it and then die. If you don't move at all, it shoots you and then you die. If you move a little bit... Yeah. Monster fried! This is so good. This is a good set of games, man. I'm feeling good. Oh, cool. I picked up homing missiles. Oh, no. I've lost them. Oh, this is homing missiles. Sweet. Alright. Little bonus. It was great on my end. Thank you. I'm playing these on the French NES, which supports... Oh, I've got to go this way. Which supports RGB out, which works a little better with my capture hardware, I think. Oof. Come on, how do you get past that? Oh, I bet you can shoot... Oh, no, you can't shoot them. Oh, this is hard. Game over, but the boat's right there, man. Alright, fine. Keep going. One more go. This is really good. Get Cobra Triangle, you guys. It's really good. I should get all the games except Popeye. Popeye was kind of meh. But I've really enjoyed the others, and I was surprised how much I've enjoyed this little set of games. Because I didn't... Nah. Okay. Because it's weird, isn't it? When you buy modern games, the investment you sort of, well, certainly for me anyway. Whenever I buy modern games, I always spend ages and ages looking at reviews and the type of game it is and whatever. Because you know, as well as spending a lot of money, you know, modern video games, you're making a big time commitment. You know. So I always look into it to make sure I'm going to really enjoy it. It's going to be worth my time. Because there's so many games these days that are just like, yeah, it's great after the first 2 hours. All right, jump the waterfall. Cool, let's do it. Whee! No! Then what am I doing for 2 hours? Whereas these, you know, you start playing and you know straight away if they're good. So I didn't look at any reviews for any of these. Also, obviously, retro games have a collection and investment element to them, so in a way it doesn't matter too much if the games are bad, because you've still got that side of it. If I... The retro sofa. Hit me! I was 8th! Out of 8! Incredible. Do you have retro games shops in Germany? Yep. Not many. And the ones that there are that I've been to have not been great. To be honest. But I'm quite lucky to have one near me, relatively. Because so I'm not too far away from Freiburg that's got a retro game shop. But yeah, there really aren't many about. It's really not a big thing. But what we do have is retro games conventions, and I'm going to my first one this weekend. So that'll be good. And what time is it there? Yes, 9:30. Show you this. Got it. New microphone. New wireless, easy. Sorry about the noise there. New wireless, easy to travel with microphone. So I can go to the retro games convention at the weekend and do a bit of vlogging. So that'll be cool. You'll be seeing that soon. The concept is I'm just going to rock up with 500 euros and see what I walk out with. It won't be 500 euros. don't mind spending a bit of money on retro games because they do hold their value very well. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's me and my buddy Holger going down to this retro games convention in Saarland. If anyone wants to join us at Retro Saar, I think it's called. And yeah, it should be really fun. I'm mostly there for the sort of shopping and seeing what I can find because, as I say, we don't have an awful lot in the way of like retro game shops here. So whenever I'm in the UK, I always go hit something up because Birmingham. I'm around Birmingham a fair bit, and Birmingham's got a few. This manual is complete. This Bedienungsanleitung, but is very small. Oh wow! Sorry. This is really interesting to me. That's the first time I've seen this. And this might be a revision to my Nintendo in Europe video. This is the first time I've seen Bienengraber's name turn up on something. You want to see that? Any chance of that actually showing up in focus? Probably not, right? Probably not. There it is. Look at that. There it is. Bienengraber Import Marketing Gesellschaft MBH. GmbH. I thought Bienengraber got folded into Beco by the time they started distributing the NES. So what's Bienengraber Marketing? Because I looked at the court documents from Hamburg about the investments into Beco, which is a company that still exists, Beco. They make toys, the toy company. And Bienengraber was founded by Harold Bienengraber, and it was his own company. And Bienengraber financed Beco and was like a partner in Beco. And then later in the court documents, it stops being Bienengraber Co. and it becomes Harold Bienengraber the merchant has his own personal stake in Beco rather than as Bienengraber the company. So I assumed because of that Bienengraber basically folded, but there it is. Bienengraber Import Marketing. Ooh, more research needed, I think. That's really interesting. How many NES games do you have in total now then? You count them. There's the shelf. More on the top. A couple more there. I don't know. I don't have loads. I have just what's on that shelf. I don't have a room. I'm not like other retro game YouTubers that have full like libraries with shelves all around the walls with video games on them. I'm not really a collector as such. I pick up the games that I fancy playing, and so far I have a shelf's worth and a bit. So I really don't have a lot of NES games. So this increase of 4 here, I was really quite excited about that. Bienengraber Import Marketing. Time for more research. Maybe an update to my Nintendo in Europe video. Maybe a take down my entire Nintendo in Europe video because it's wrong now. Fair few then. Yeah, few. Yeah. Still not loads. Like we're talking about what, 30-ish? I don't know. But yeah, like I can definitely have someone over for a weekend to play NES and we wouldn't run out of games. That's for sure. Yeah, definitely. Anyway, so those are my new games. I got Popeye, I got Clu Clu Land, I got Kid Icarus, and I got Cobra Triangle. And all of them, except maybe Popeye, were great. And Popeye's a good collector's piece, so we're happy with that. There you go. So I need to know a little bit more about the relationship between Bean and Graber and Beco. What threw me as well is that on Beco's website, Beco says that they used to import Nintendo products. So who knows? I don't know. Right, give me a section. Nice games you got. Thank you. I think so. I enjoyed them very much. Let me just see if I can do something I've never done before on the stream and had not planned to do, but might still be possible. No. There we go. Now, I am still relatively new at YouTube. And Twitch, obviously. Not even at all monetized on Twitch. And as such, I don't have the opportunity to do charity streams as yet. But I would really like it all the same if you would stick a little bit of cash towards Trans Lifeline if you've got it. They're a non-profit in the US run by and for trans people. They provide a hotline that guarantees no police intervention if you call them for support and advice. They support trans people directly with sort of emotional and financial support. And they're really good. And if you want to find out more about them and what they do, you can check out translifeline.org and find out all about it. And if you can, and you want to chuck in a little bit of cash, please do. If you're thinking, drop a link in your feed for Nintendo in Europe video, I'll check it out later. I will do. If you are minded to support my channel, I would be very grateful for that. But please don't. Not today, because I live in Germany and I am absolutely fine. I feel like specifically a US charity that supports trans people might appreciate and need your support at the moment more than I do. And I'll be dropping them some cash as well. I'm just looking for the link to that video. Let's see. Since it came up a lot, this is in YouTube and Twitch, the link to the Nintendo in Europe video. There is a bit in the video where I talk about how I sort of fell in love a little bit with these small box games and really got into them. And that's effectively why this stream happened and why I have more. I said in my very first YouTube video that I'm not a collector. I maintain that I'm not a collector, except for these little European boxes. I've got a couple more up there as well that I can't reach at the moment because they're far away. but for some reason I love them. I don't know why. Just the design of the design of them, the fonts, the sort of the nice blue, the European version at the bottom. I don't know why, but I love these. So I'm not a collector, except for specifically European NES games in small boxes. Everyone's got to have their thing, right? And that's, I'm hoping to find more at this convention at the weekend. My white whale will obviously be Devil Land. Devil Land was only released in Europe, possibly only in Scandinavian countries, in fact, which means that it's very limited. And all of the Americans have snapped up all the copies. So, yeah. Naughty America. Good. Anyway, I'm going to finish there. I haven't got any more games I'd planned to play. And if I do any more, then I'm not going to be up for work in the morning because we are playing on a school night. So, once more, I will say, please, please, please go on to translifeline.org/donate. And give them some support because they need it more than ever right now. And whether you do, whether you don't, thank you for joining me for my little stream. I'm a very small channel. There is not much I can do to help anyone. But any little bit I can do, I want to do it. So before you go, would you consider a donation? Thank you very much for joining me on the Retro Sofa. I hope you had a lovely time on the stream. I certainly did. I enjoyed those games. I enjoyed chatting with you. I enjoyed reminiscing with you. This is always a great time. So thank you so much. And take care. Look after one another. And I'll see you all again next time.